All right, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Monday. Happy July 1st, 2024. We are, 7 months in? So, welcome to the 1 year success plan, our monthly goal prep party. I am your host, Coach Sheree Vejan, and we are here to plan our week. We are here to plan our month. So, yes, thank you for joining me tonight. I am Coach Sheree Vejan. I help individuals achieve their dreams through the power of goal setting with my 30-day goal mastery challenge and our exclusive 1 year goal success plan. I am also a published author of over 11 books and journals, co-founder of the Goal Setters Club. I'm a certified coach, trainer, and speaker with the Maxwell Leadership Team, certified DISC analyst, and mom of 3 adult children, wife of over 32 years. So it is safe to say that you are in the right place. I got a little bit of experience and knowledge about tonight's subject, which is goal setting. So in our 1 year success program, we are going through our 2024 goals journal, which is broken down into 12 categories, and we go through one of those life goal categories every month. So in January, we hit the road running with our health and fitness. And in February, relationship goals. March, we worked on our finance goals. April, we worked on our home, getting our house in order. May, we relaxed, worked on our self-care goals. And just for the past month of June, we worked on our fun goals. And this month, we are working on personal development, our personal growth. So we are just moving right along. So tonight we're just going to talk about our 7 steps to achieving your personal development goals. I'm going to give you some resources and we'll have Q&A. So if you are watching live and you have questions, you could go ahead and put them in the chat, and I will be viewing the chat throughout our live session. And if you are watching the replay, wherever you're watching the replay at, just go ahead and put your comments in the chat and I'll respond to you. So before we begin, make sure you have your goals journal, which is your 2024 version. And this is the last year for this journal. We are changing the name. We are changing the concept a little bit. And so if you have the 2024 goals journal, if you don't have it, you'll have opportunity to get that. Make sure you have your pen, your pencils. If you have any plain journals, and we are literally going to just plan out our July goals together. Make sure you have, if you have coffee, my husband made me some awesome coffee here, and I have my water. So we are going to get started. All right, so we're getting started on our personal development goals. So I'm just going to read the intro, a little bit of the intro from the book, not the whole thing. Set a goal to grow. In today's fast-paced economy, investing in ourselves has become a necessity. So whether it's learning new skills, seeking guidance from mentors, immersing ourselves in books, or pursuing further education, dedicating time to self-improvement creates a noticeable difference in our lives. And so I ask myself every day, how can I become a better version of myself? What can I learn? What books can I read that will enrich my life, that will take my business to the next level? How can I elevate my self-education, my self-talk? That's a big one, self-development. So it's a continuous journey of seeking inspiration and cultivating positivity. So fortunately, we live in a digital age. So you have access to podcasts, you have access to online courses, you have access to YouTube and ebooks and interviews with experts. So you have a lot more opportunity where we are right now in this digital age. And so during tonight, during this course, we're going to explore the power of personal development and goal setting. We'll discuss how to identify and define our goals, break them down into steps, and Remember, investing in ourselves is not just an investment in our personal success, but also a powerful contribution to the world around us. The more you know, the more people you interact with, the more you get to share your knowledge with them, especially if you have kids. If you read the book first, now you have a book to recommend, right? So, some of the benefits of setting and pursuing personal development goals: self awareness. The more aware you are, the more you know that you need. You can identify your strengths, your weaknesses, continuous learning and growth, increase self confidence. Sometimes when you know a little bit more, you get a little confident, not cocky, a little confident. You improve your self discipline and time management, and enhance well being and your satisfaction. Some of the signs that you may not be getting the personal development that you need: lack of direction. Feeling a lack of direction or purpose in life is a strong indication that maybe personal development could be beneficial to you. Stagnation, lack of progress, dissatisfaction, unfulfillment, desire for personal growth, feeling overwhelmed. And so sometimes you might be feeling stuck, and just that personal development, that extra book, that extra podcast, that extra coach, that extra mentorship will help you get to the next level. So we are reading pages 143 and 154. We are doing that together. If you do not have a copy of the 2024 Goals Journal, you can grab a digital copy. Just go ahead and scan that QR code. We are on page 143 and 1 through 154. All right. So tonight we're going to go through my signature 7-step system for setting any goal. I believe if you put this system into place, you can set and achieve any goal. That's within reason. Step 1 is to write. Writing out your goals, clear, using the SMART system, and that's explained inside of the Goals Journal. Step 2, balance. Step 3, researching the books, the magazines, the resources that you need. Step 4, affirmations, creating that positive self-talk about your goals. Step 5, visualizing. You can't do what you can't see. And step 6, creating routines. Step 7, celebrating your accomplishments. Give me 1 second. All right, thank you. All right, so I start with reflection. So it's a new month. It's the month of July, brand new focus. So I like to start the month off by reflecting on last month. So last month, what happened? What did I love about last month? What do I want to change about last month? What can I build upon last month? What did I discover last month? So at the end of, it's important to focus on reflection. This is actually our book of the month, John C. Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. In chapter 4, he talks about the benefits, and he talks about the importance of self-reflection. And so before I write any goals out for the month of July, I take a moment to reflect on June. Also, I do this every week. At the end of the week, sit back and reflect. I actually reflect after every day. What happened today? How could I be better tomorrow? What am I expecting? I want to read a couple of quotes. I love quotes. Here's a couple of quotes that's related to personal development. Unless you do something beyond what you've already mastered, you will never grow. Personal development is the belief that you are worth the effort, time, and energy needed to develop yourself. Investing in yourself is the best investment you will ever make. It will not only improve your life, but also improve the lives of all those around you. In times of change, learners inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. And we find that a lot happening with some of our, and myself included, some of our either elderly or, we're caught in our own ways. And when social media comes, we say, oh, I don't want to do social media. Oh, I don't want to learn a computer. Oh, I don't know how to do that. And then the world begins to change and evolve, and we're still there saying what we're not going to do. And we find ourselves stuck on the side of the road. And so it's the greatest enemy of learning is knowing, thinking that you already know. There's always an opportunity to learn. Things are always changing and evolving. So step 1, in your goals journal on page 145, what is your number one personal development goal for the year? And then we want to focus on that for the month. So you want to write it down, you want to clarify it, you want to document it. Make sure it's aligned with your values. It's not something that someone else wants for you, but it's something that you want for yourself. Usually my number one personal development goal is to read 100 books, either to read, listen, and that has been my number one personal development goal for the last maybe 5 years. If you need help thinking of some goals, here are a few: taking a certification course, joining a mastermind group, joining a professional organization. Whatever you're in business doing, there is an organization for it. If you are in sales, there's a sales association. If you are a child care provider, they have child care provider associations. If you have a business, they have your chamber of commerce in your city, and they're always offering courses and things to help you get better at your business. You can read a self-development book each month. You can learn a new word every day. You could take a class at your local college. And now I believe a lot of the colleges they have free classes now. So there's lots of ways. There's podcasts. There's lots of ways and things that you can incorporate into your daily, weekly, and yearly schedule. Balance. So, just like tonight I'm doing this, and then I've had a full day already. And so when you start adding things to your schedule, when you start adding new books, and you're adding growth, and you're adding a class, and you're going back to school. So if you make a decision, hey, I'm going to go back to school, and you have a full family, there's some things to take in consideration as far as balance. How are you going to eat? Are you still going to exercise? So you want to, as you're putting your schedule together, make sure you're still keeping that balance. I know a lot of youngsters are in school and they're eating chips or just eating crazy, but how are you expecting your brain to work if you're trying to, get all this knowledge and comprehend and stuff like that? So you just want to keep a balance. Also research, based on your number one goal for your number one personal development goal, who do you need in your life? What mentors, coaches, what magazines, podcasts, books? So say like your number one goal is to go back to school. What magazines and podcasts can you listen to? Maybe you're a mom that's going back to school. Maybe you're a dad that's going back to school. Maybe you're elderly and going back to school. Maybe you need different types of tips and resources than another person. And you have a space inside of your journal to write that in. So you have your support team. What support team do you need? What other media resources can you use? Facebook groups, things like that. Recommended books. So for this month, my top 3 personal growth books is actually See You at the Top. It's a little older. It was published in 1978 by Zig Ziglar. It's still one of my favorite. It was my first, I believe it was one of my first personal development books. It's still my absolute favorite. I believe it's out of print, but I'm not sure. The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. Practical book full of knowledge. So that is our book of the month. Everything Counts. Hopefully this is back in print. It was out of print as well. And then You Too. I believe that's out of print. This YouTube book is like about 30 or 40 bucks. It's about 20 pages. It's always recommended by some of the top coaches. So If you're in our 1 year success plan, I do have a list of personal development books that I recommend. And then step 4, creating your affirmations. And again, all this, you have space inside of your journal to write your affirmations. And here's a quote by yours truly: say it until you believe it, do it until you see it, sow it until you reap it. So, my 2024 personal development affirmation: in an ever changing world, I embrace change and growth. It is my goal to continuously improve my skills and abilities. I am open, coachable, and eager to learn new things. Every day, I nourish my mind by immersing myself in knowledge and reading books that expand my horizons. As I expand my vocabulary, I effortlessly absorb new words every day. I speak with confidence. I'm on a journey to embrace change and unlock my limitless potential. So you can use that as a sample to start your own affirmation. And you can record your affirmations on your phone and listen to them in the morning. And if you're not ready to write your affirmation and listen to your voice in the morning, you can find affirmations online. Visualize. So once you write maybe your goal is to go back to school, maybe your goal is to read books, maybe your goal is to take a course, whatever that is, put that in a visual. Keep it on your desk, keep it on your phone, make a vision board. You can have all types of visuals just as a reminder when you see it and you walk by it. And then create a routine. So on page 152, you have a space. So if your goal is to read 100 books, then maybe you're reading 30 minutes a day, Monday, Saturday, Sunday. If your goal is to go back to school, what days are you going back to school? What days are you going to study? So you want to put that all inside of your journal, and you have a space to write that. Give me 1 second. All right, thank you. So some routines that you can incorporate into your schedules: Mentor Monday, Master Class Monday. Maybe it's the time that you're going to take a master class. TED Talk Tuesday. TED Talks. There's some good ones out there. New Word Wednesday. Maybe you could download the dictionary app and you learn a new word every Wednesday. Automobile University. If you're traveling and commuting to work every day and maybe you have an hour commute, that's an hour that you can be listening to an audiobook or a podcast that's related to your field or your particular goal. And then celebrate. This is something that sometimes I fail to do that I'm trying to get better at. Celebrate the milestones. If your goal is to lose 50 pounds and you lost 5, celebrate that. If your goal is to take 12 units in college and maybe you took 3, celebrate that. Celebrate your highlights, your milestones, because that gives you encouragement and motivation as you reach and pursue other goals. All right. So I'm going to give you a couple of resources. So I have a couple of tips. You want to set priorities. You want to have a morning ritual. Maybe every morning you start the morning by reading your books. Maybe you start the morning by a good podcast. We talked about utilizing your commute time. Maybe you work a full-time job and you have breaks. Use your breaks to study or learn or review. So there's always time. You can make time. Our reading plan for this month, for July, is here, and it's also inside of the Goal Setters Mastermind. So this week, July 1st through 7th, we're just going to be writing out our goals. July 8th through 14th. Now, you can do everything tonight. You can do all the pages tonight. I think it's 143 to 154. Or you could take it week by week, and we have it broken down for you. Again, our book of the month. This is also in our Empower Hour Amazon Book Club. All right. And we also have a 30-day goal mastery challenge. If you're interested in that, go ahead and scan the QR code here. And then also our 1-year goal success plan, where we break down our goals each and every month. All right. I don't see any questions right now in the chat. If you have questions in the chat, go ahead and put that in there. And I will, if not, and you're watching the replay, go ahead and ask your questions underneath the video, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answers. All right, you guys, thanks for joining our 1 year success plan monthly goal party. Hopefully this has helped you to set your goals for this month. And if you are in Rancho Cucamonga, we have a monthly meetup out here where we meet together and go through our goals journals together. All right, have an awesome day, and I will see you next month.